Harvey Robertson. Now, his fashion house is inspired by the Caribbean aesthetic of warmth, diversity, energy and versatility. Today we see some of the latest of his collection, the perfect addition to your wardrobe, not just for this season, but for the carnival season coming up as well. Good morning, Harvey.
Hi, good morning.
Welcome to the Now Morning Show.
It's good to be here.
It's wonderful to have you, and you are bringing that energy this morning because the vibrancy of your art is amazing. So tell us a little bit about your journey to becoming a designer and what we're going to see this morning.
Oh, well, I did the UTT fashion degree program. I graduated in 2016. And so from there, I learned about how to put the collection together, how to get inspiration, and to make my creative process come out in fashion way.
Well, we're definitely going to see that in a few moments, but let's talk about where you draw your inspiration from. Do you draw it from perhaps everything around you, maybe our culture, our seasons? What is it that speaks to you the most?
A lot of my inspiration comes from cultural, sociological, a lot of things that happen in our society. And seeing that Trinidad and Tobago is a fusion of so much different cultures, my fashion tends to emulate that kind of inspiration.
Well, looking forward to seeing it, and I'm seeing it on you with this blazer here that you are wearing. Now, something I've also noticed with your collection that we're going to see in a few moments is the incorporation of mesh, which definitely gives me this feeling of your piece becoming one with the person that is wearing it. Did you have perhaps any muses in mind when you decided to go down the route of mesh in particular as a focal point?
In most instances, my fashion tends to be inspired from the people around. I deal a lot with clients, interpersonal, so what they want, I tend to vibe from what they want and what they're doing. And sometimes I use the mesh in terms of give you that coverage, but then you're in a very warm, cool climate, so it still gives you time, space to breathe, and sometimes people like that. They're a bit covered, but they're in the fat and they want to be free.
Exactly. And so let's take a look at some of your designs this morning on the Now Morning Show. I know you have some models with us to show off some of your pieces, yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. So, well, by all means, let's see what your creations are. Look at this. This is amazing. So share with us a bit about these pants this morning.
Right. So this is a fusion of different fabrics coming together to make this pants, and I pair it with this blazer. Not everything has to necessarily match. So I tend to mix things, fuse things. It's really a representation of us as Trinbagonians. We tend to put things together, and then it comes like one ensemble.
Wonderful. And I like the detail with the strap, the belt at the side. Definitely something different and so versatile.
Yes. Versatility is definitely a core of my brand, and I tend to pull in those modern elements that makes it a bit trendy, and then, you know.
And we've also seen your designs on some notable artists in Trinidad and Tobago as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yes,
so a lot for the carnival season, I tend to sometimes dress artists, and hopefully for 2023, the intention is definitely to go out more there and dress more popular people and the regular people as well, because everybody wants to look good.
Of course, and talking about looking good, coming out here, I'm getting a very sort of All Year's Night vibe from this here. Tell us a bit about this piece.
Yes, so when I design collections, I always tend to create a look that you can go, sometimes you want to go to a formal event, and sometimes I have, from the same collection, things that could be worn to the fair, to the beach. This one is more formal, but definitely a sense of element of style, different fusion of different textures. And this one has a pattern of a kind of a palm leaf in it. Bring out that Caribbean aesthetic, but very formal as well.
I love it as well. Perfect for those photo ops as well, guys. You stand at one side, and then you stand to the next side. It's two totally different looks in one, and of course the mesh incorporated. Now coming up, this piece, oh my goodness.
Yes, this is a mesh dress. as I said before, they give you that full coverage, but still it's very breathable, very flexible, and very modern. And then you bring in that Caribbean aesthetic and the fusion of different African prints. Yeah. And yes.
This is the detail. This is a corset. Is it like a corset as well?
Yes, it's a corseted belt, I would call it. And it's just placed on it. It's not part of the dress. So you can take this and use it in a different garment. It's very versatile, very flexible.
Wonderful, and it's lovely to see when you walk, you see the entire dress really come to life as it flares out, giving it a bit of a, you know, an entrance vibe. Main character energy definitely being served this morning.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. And a gentleman here looking very sporty and versatile, knowing that this can go from fete to evening wear as well. Maybe
Yes. And this is one of my main features from my collection when I studied at UTT.
Okay.
This was part of my thesis process. And so this is a very versatile bag, and it transforms into a jacket.
Okay, I saw this on Instagram. I was actually sharing this with my sister-in-law last night. So I'm like, I need this jacket in my life. And it's from a bag to what?
To a full jacket.
My goodness. How long did it take you to come up with this concept?
It took a few months.
Yeah,
during my design process while I was studying at the Caribbean Academy of Fashion and Design. A lot of mentorship, a lot of training in that institution, and it tends to bring out this kind of work. Yeah.
And I love the detail as well with the zips. Really gives this just perfect combination of everything we see in the Caribbean. I feel like we're seeing a bit of like Trinidad represented too with the red and the black.
Yeah, this was from my collection titled I Am Soca.
Ooh.
And it was really inspired by artists like Marsha Montano.
Oh yeah.
And then the red, different elements, you see different geometric patterns, but everything is working together like music.
Yes.
And it's coming together to make one particular look.
Yes, and I love the fact also, as you've mentioned, with your other pieces, you've incorporated that texture, and we're seeing the different textures incorporated there as well. I mean, the fact that it turns into a bag, that completely blew my mind this morning, I have to say. I love it. And this entire collection is so moving as well. The colors evoke such warmth.
Yes.
And it makes you really feel like, you know what, this is home.
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, listen, Harvey, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And lady and gentlemen, thank you for being with us early as well. Looking fly as always. And well, Harvey, we will be in touch.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Make sure that you check out Harvey Robertson on Instagram, harvey.robertson, of course, on Facebook as well at Harvey Robertson. Amazing, amazing work. Something you should definitely add to your wardrobe for the all years into the carnival season.